digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
God, I can't get comfortably. Anyway, good evening, guys, and welcome to a late edition of THFC Till I Die, home of Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future under Thomas Frank, if you like that sort of thing. Yes, this is a slightly later show than we normally do it. I was trying something new tonight. No point going against the big boys when they're on because we won't get the numbers. So I decided tonight to try something new. It's more like an experiment. A bit like if you're watching Tomorrow's World, I suppose, coming out with the latest gadgets. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to be a little bit like Ange Postecoglou, not Thomas Frank, in the way that we do things on there. But joining me, of course, is a man of many talents. Of course, he is the former Celtic manager. He is the former Tottenham Hotspur manager. He's now the former Nottingham Forest manager. And he has managed teams like Juventus.
It's going to be Burnley next. It's going to be Burnley next. Don't ask me why. I just got a feeling he's going to Burnley.
Well, do you know what? Forest are looking for a new manager. Do you fancy the job there? Taking on the big geek Greek from.
They're getting dicey, aren't they?
Yeah.
Tough as nails. Tough as nails, dicey. He'll keep him up. But that won't be enough to save his job because what's his face wants him to get back into Europe properly. It's like, yeah that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
the guy who was going to get into Europe, they fired already.
I know. You sound quite devastated. He's got the sack. Actually, you sound quite sad.
I've lost my two guilty pleasures, which was Russell from Rangers and now Ange from Forest.
Rangers have just hired Russell Mark too, so don't worry. Rangers will be back to you.
We'll have to see if he's quite as funny though. It's all about the entertainment factor. We'll have to see if he's quite as funny to me.
But big up to everyone. Welcome a few people in to get some housekeeping. Big up to Luke Chapman. He says got a new Northampton away kit, pink and black sponsor Puma. Hit sponsor University of Northampton. Big up, Luke. Do us a favour, Luke. Pick up a membership. You're always in here all the time. Show some love. There's a good lad.
You're only 99p. But he gives you a loaf of
Tequila,
bread.
be like this young gentleman here. I like you to pronounce his name because I'm going to butcher it. So I'll let you have the pleasure of introducing our next manager. A new member.
Rafi Carter, I think. Rafi Carter, I think.
Who's the name of one of the Ninja Turtles?
That's Raphael.
Raphael. There you go.
The best one of the four, by the way. Come at me.
Yeah.
Raphael was the best one of the four.
I always thought Michelangelo was the best one out of the four.
He liked his pizza, but he was too much like a surfer bro. Raphael was the one who was sarcastic. You know, I like my sarcastic characters. I wonder why.
So if we were the Ninja Turtles, you be Raphael. Which one would I be?
Leonardo, because you're kind of the face of the show. So you've got to be Leonardo, unless you want to be Splinter, who is the rat character.
No, I'm not old. Okay, I may be nearly 50, but I'm not that old. But
James can be Michelangelo, and Com, if he was still with us, could have been Donatello. There you go.
I think he's still with us in spirit. They got a good result yesterday as well, didn't they? I did say to Mr. B, United will win 2-1, by the way, and he laughed at me. And what did the United go and do? Beat Liverpool 2-1.
I think they're more surprised than anyone, to be honest.
I think so. Big up to Rafi anyway. Big up to become YouTube member. Loads of stuff coming out for you. And also a show tomorrow. Your pre-game thoughts before the Monaco coming at 5 o'clock. So join me for that. Also will be a pre-record out tomorrow evening for the predicted lineup as well. That's all. I put the predicted lineup all together today. And the pre-match thoughts as well together as well. So that's already just need to put up thumbnails. All of it's ready to go out and perform for you guys. Big up to Tequila. Welcome him in, everyone.
Big up,
big up to Giant68. Big up Dermo and chat. Big up Dermo and Tequila and chat. And yes, I have I've gifted one membership out of my own wallet.
John Tucker, who's got it apparently.
Big up to you, John Tucker. Sounds Australian.
Tucker, yeah, Tucker is. That does, yeah. Tucker.
We don't mind Australian people here. We don't mind Greek people here.
I'm not saying
we don't mind English people here.
Dermo hates the English, don't you, Dermo?
I do not. What gives you? Right, can I just say this? Why do you say I hate the English? I don't.
You hate the English. Yeah, you hate the English football team.
Yeah, doesn't mean I hate the English people. You're one of my best friends, and you're English.
I'm only half English, though. See, if I was full English, you'd be like, I don't know.
See, I've already made you an honorary Irishman anyway, so I do not hate the English. Don't listen to him.
I'm just from the British Isles. That's what I'm saying. I'm all of it. So.
Yeah, can we have Northern Ireland back, please?
If you want it, you don't want their football team, though.
We'll unite.
They're worse than you. They're worse than you guys.
They're better than us at the moment.
No,
they can still qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, but they're not better. No, come on. They're not a better team than the Republic.
They're better than us, believe me.
They're not a better team than the Republic. They're not.
The Republic at the moment are pure shite. Northern Ireland is far better than the Republic. I am telling you now.
How many players do they have playing in the Premier League? Do they have any players who play in the Premier League?
Do you know what? I'll do my research on that for the next show.
Okay.
I'll do my research for that in the next go. Big up to Giant68. Hit and like, subscribe. Thank you so much. Do get out there. And also, guys, you can follow us here. I've got on the front here in my studio. You can follow us on X at THFC 1882. And you also follow us on TikTok at THFC Till We Die 1882. So follow us over on our social medias as well. Big up to Keela and big up to David Clark. Hi from Leicester. Right. He would like to know, how the hell did Porro get 97 minutes on the pitch? This clown even turned our throw-ins into our possession.
Let me quickly reply to David. Okay, so we had Spence playing on the left, right? So who comes in for Porro then? Because if Spence is our other right back, right? Even though he's generally.
Point.
I'm just curious. Archie Gray, maybe Archie Gray.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. I mean, I think we're short in the fullback area. I said in the summer we needed another left back, or at least a fourth person who could play the roles, and we didn't get one. So that's what I mean. So who is it you wanted to come in? Gray, I suppose, but is he? We don't even know if Nobody can still tell me what Gray's best position is, and I don't think the kid knows himself.
Does anyone know what Johnson's best position is, by the way, either?
At another club is his best position.
Yeah, I think so.
At another club. Yeah.
I do know what. As much as I backed him up together, I'm coming your way of thinking now. And that says a lot for me for really backing him, and I did back him. I just think this season, and I still go over that YouTube documentary that James Manderson put up, and there was all the other players, Decatur. Go over to him. How you doing, James? Great to see you. Went back to training. James Manderson's hanging. Brendan Johnson's hanging around him like a spare person at a wedding, you know. And then he's putting faces on him when he's trying to get his knees sorted. I mean, it's the lad. He may be a really nice lad. He may be a really top bloke.
Yeah, but wasn't Gaza like that? What I mean is that the football ability and being mature don't go hand. Gaza was always a bit of a clown, wasn't he? He was always the clown of the team, right? That didn't make it. That didn't make. Well, that's what I mean. That didn't stop him from being an incredible player.
Yeah.
So you're right, but it's just like I care more about what he does on the pitch. He can be an idiot if he wants, but if he's a great player, then I don't care if he's an idiot that much. Problem is, he's not a great player either.
No, and that's the thing. If he was a great player, I don't think I would have a problem. I don't know. I really don't know. Giant says Johnson's best position is at the exit gate. Yep. I agree with you. I am beginning to come around to that way of thinking now. David Clark says Spence is a good defender, but going forward, he is no use because his left leg is just standing on, so he should be at right back. I agree with you, but problem is we haven't got any left backs, so
that's not true. Wayne's correct. We've got Ben Davies. I've just tried to erase Ben Davies from my brain, Wayne.
Oh yeah, Wayne.
There you go, bringing him back into my head. It's Wayne's fault. He's the one who brought him back into my mind. I don't want to think about Ben Davies. Wayne, what are you doing?
Well, he's out injured at the moment anyway. He's not in contention for the Monaco game. So
that's a blessing in disguise, probably.
Yeah. So is Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer pulled his hamstring and he won't be playing against us on Wednesday.
I'd say that's bad news for us.
Do you know what? We have not got a good record against Monaco. I will go over that tomorrow. We got a woeful record against them. Welcome a few more people in. Ryan said, hope so, Giant, and that can't have him playing on the pitch. You're welcome, Tequila. Laughing.
Cheers, Wayne.
He's on. Yeah, he's around the floor, rolling around laughing. And we are Spurs TV. Big up to you. He says, very bad performance. It was a bad performance, but I don't think it's as bad as everyone's making it out to be. Because apparently, look, if you look at the stats, Tequila, right? These are the stats yesterday. If somebody hadn't watched the game and I said to you, these were the stats, you would have thought Tottenham would have played Aston Villa off the park. So stats are very misleading, aren't they?
I wouldn't say we played them off the park. See, I look at those stats and I still think that's about a draw. Even Frank in his press conference, I think you've seen it. Even he more or less thought, yeah, it probably should. It should have been a draw. I think that would have been a fair result. We didn't deserve to win it, but you can say that they didn't either. So
I don't know what it is. I watched it yesterday, and it just seemed Vicario had nothing to do apart from the 2 goals. He had no saves to make.
He had to pick the ball out. That's not true, Demo. He had to pick the ball out of the net twice.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, God, you always have to bring it. You always see. This is why he's a stats man, and I'm not. Apparently somebody turned off the show yesterday because I didn't know what XG was, and they thought that wasn't good enough.
What do you mean that wasn't good enough?
Well, he put in the comment section. He doesn't know what XG is turning off.
Okay, I mean,
a bit harsh, I would say.
Well, he doesn't. To whoever it was, he knows now. So are you going to come back? He knows what XG means now. Okay.
Tequila's begging, come back. Don't go. We need the subscribers. These were the second match stats as well. 88%, 88 passing percent, 83.9, 6 corners each, 6 offsides to 1 for Villa, 60 tackles to 62.5, and 2 saves for Martinez. No saves at all for Vicario. There's a lot of fans, Tequila, on Thomas Frank's back at the moment. Tactically,
I heard some whoppers today, don't I? Not on.
So what have you heard today?
Not on your show, but I was tuning in as I was cooking my dinner earlier to another channel. I won't even name names. And it's not the channel itself, but some of the fans in the channel were saying some of the.
Okay. So what's that?
There is actual. I still think it's a minority. I'm not going to say it's a majority.
Don't tell me there's Frank out.
There is people who actually want Frank out.
For fuck's sake.
And some people, and I think it's what's left of the Ange cult. I know you don't like me using that, but that's what I think they are. There's whatever remnants of the Ange cult is left, and there is still some, actually wouldn't say no to Postecoglou coming back. And I got nothing to say anymore. Like, people can think what they want, and everyone's allowed an opinion, right? But I don't know how to react to that.
Can I just say, Tequila, there is more chance of him coming back to our football club than anything. I don't get it. It's not a majority. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not. It is a very, probably quite a small minority who are being very vocal right now because obviously we've lost a couple of games. But we still only lost 2 games, guys. I know that we generally haven't been amazing in any game. Maybe City was our best game. I know we haven't been, but if you look at just the records, we've only lost 2 games. That ain't bad. I was watching, I did the stats for this, and I saw a stat, and I have put it I've done the stats for the first 4 games of this season to the first 4 games of last season, right? When I was looking at it, our away form this season, we are top of the Premier League for away form. We're the only team yet to lose away from home. And when you look at our home form, we're down in 17th place with our home form at the moment.
It's bad. I'm not going to tell people it's not. It is bad.
If we were losing away from home and losing at home, then I would appreciate. Okay, fair enough. But we're 6th in the league. I mean, come on.
I just think I said this to you the other day. I just think that some people, not all, and I'm not saying it's even anyone in here either. Yeah. But some people, I don't know if they're just younger and more impatient fans, because younger people nowadays. I'm going to get heat for this. They just don't have the attention span that I think some of the older people do. It's a way of the society. It's not even a football thing. It's just a society thing. So they want gratification very quickly, and they somehow thought that Thomas Frank was going to turn us into Pochettino's team. Like he was just going to do it in a couple of months, and we were just going to.
People forget Pochettino's first season was a disaster as well. By the way. Before he got them players out and his players in, by the way.
Very few times does that happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. You've seen the occasional manager come in and change real fast, but more often than not, it's a longer process. And you're not telling me that Thomas Frank has really had enough time. He's had 8 games, 8 or 9 games, I think now, isn't it? And yes, I can insert an Ange Postecoglou 8 games joke, and I trust me, I really want to, but I won't. Right? So he's gonna have. You need to give him longer than 8 games before we start coming down on him. You know what I mean?
A big up to Jerome. Honestly, big up. He was on with me with the Irish Hotspur fan show earlier, and Jerome, we got to get you on, man. His rants, Tequila, are legendary. When he has a rant, I just get my popcorn out and just let him flow. He is so funny. He is brilliant. And we had Ryan on the same show, and Mr. Box Office came on.
How is Alex?
Alex is right. We are going to get Alex on the show, by the way. We will get him on the show.
Yeah, I need to get him on again, yeah.
Yeah. But Ryan was so funny. Ryan actually he wants Daniel Levy back because he thinks Enoch are not going to. And me and Jerome sort of looked at each other and went, we started laughing. No disrespect to you, Rhino, but it was I have to get Ryan on the game because some of what Ryan has said is funny. But big up to you, Jerome. He says, Dermo, I understand we have no losers away from home, but we have been drawing. Very true. And had to dig deep to come back. Yeah, I'm a low head too, but even I can say it's not sustainable. I agree with you. I think Jerome hits a point. He's saying this is not sustainable, the football we're playing under Thomas Frank. It's going to, I think, let me know if I'm right or wrong, Jerome, if I'm getting this right, but he thinks it's going to unravel very quickly under Thomas Frank.
Based on what? I'm curious.
Based on the way we're playing at home, the base that he's not changing his tactics. He was supposed to be a very adaptable manager, but he's very rigid with his 4-2-3-1. Mia was at the game yesterday, and she said it was very boring to watch. But big up to Jerome. Thank you so much for the super chat. So, what do you say to Jerome's super chat here, Tequila? Do you agree with it, or
No,
would you
not
have a
really.
different angle on it?
I don't know you, Jerome, my friend. I'm sure you're. So anything I say, don't. It's not. It's just a difference of opinion. But you say it's not sustainable. The only reason it won't be sustainable is if us Spurs fans go back to the hold, we've got to play good football, no matter what. If we want that, then why did we get rid of Ange? What I mean is that if all we care about is playing attacking football, then we might as well have kept Ange, right? Because he played attacking football. It was rubbish football because we lost every game nearly, but that's what we wanted. We brought in a manager who's more pragmatic. We all knew this, and he's made this harder to beat. But obviously, we're far from unbeatable, which obviously we are. But we have no attacking impetus because our front line is absolute garbage. But we'll pick up enough points away from home, at least, to where we'll finish mid-table. Now, I'm not saying I'm happy with mid-table, but I've got us at 8th. So I wasn't expecting us to pull up trees this year anyway. Yeah. And I wonder what people are seeing who thought we would. This is the part I don't understand. It's like, I just think some people kind of thought we were going to, finish top 4 this season? Is that what people really thought? I mean, Dermo, you're one of the more optimistic fans that I know.
Yeah.
Did you think we were going to finish top 4?
I was thinking top 5, top 6. And I said that at the start of the season.
With that front line?
Yeah, look, I thought that was before the end of the transfer window. I think I changed to your prediction after the window. But I don't think, look, I understand what Jerome's trying to say here. Jerome's trying to say, look, the football we're watching at the moment is not good. It's boring football. Yeah. Yes, we don't want it as Ange Postecoglou's what's the word I'm looking for? Suicidal football, right? Maybe that's the wrong word.
Kamikaze, yeah.
Kamikaze, thank you, Tequila's football. Yeah, we don't want to look at that. So there has to be an in-between. Now, I know I said I'd be quite happy with boring football, right? For a while. Some of that's been taken out of context by some other people and that they're twisting it to their own narratives. I just want football where we're going to be attacking but solid at the back. And I think Thomas Frank, it's the man to get it right at the back, but he's not the man to get it right at the front. And also, I think coming from Brentford to Tottenham is 2 different pressures. At Brentford, your pressure is to stay in the Premier League and be competitive. When you come to Tottenham Hotspur and be a manager, your pressure is to qualify for the Champions League and win trophies. Now, Thomas Frank has never been at a top club. So we'll see how he deals with the pressure of managing a top club. But I do understand what people are saying that, and especially Jerome when he says that the football we're playing at the moment is not sustainable because it could unravel very quickly to being too defensive. Is that your biggest worry with Thomas Frank? Because, look, I said I wanted Thomas Frank here before Ange come in. No, but I just want to see. He hasn't been very adaptable in games, has he? Like the substitution took forever yesterday. Okay. I want to say big up, just before we get onto that, big up to Jerome for the super chat. Do you want to say anything, Jerome, for that, Tequila?
No, thanks for the super chat, bro. Like I say, I'm trying to understand exactly when you mean not sustainable. I've tried to explain my side. I don't 100% disagree with that. I think it is sustainable. It's just, it's sustainable for to keep us in the league. We're not going to win anything with it, but this is what I mean when I said is where people were expecting us to. This is the part that I'm trying to understand, where people kind of like thought what we were going to achieve this season. To answer your question, Dermo, I agree that he's not been that adaptable. I'll tell you what, though. What players, and be honest, has he got he can bring on who are game changers? Read me out these players that he has got at who are fit, right? Madison, okay. We don't have Madison right now. Cooley, we don't have Cooley right now. So what players has he got to make these great changes you're expecting? What game changes does he have in his team? Then what is it? Okay, then what is it you expect him to do then?
Well, I expect him I expect him to not to play the same formation at home. Like I don't mind playing a double pivot away from home, right? I think that's sensible. You set up to defend away from home, and you try to nick a point. At the least, you're trying to nick a point away from home. If you get a win, brilliant. If you come away with a point, I think that's a good job. At home, I want him to change it up. Go to a 3 at the back. Go to, I don't know, 3-4. I don't know, 3-5-2 at home, or a 3 whatever different formation at home.
We've got
I think
Dermo. Other than Kudos, right, and Simmons. Simmons maybe can become this. We all hope that he will be. But other than Kudos, what players has he got to pick the locks? Right, Madison in our squad. I say we've got 2. Hopefully Simmons will become free, but I'll give him a pass for now. So we've got 2. One's injured all year. We've got one player in the whole squad, right, who I would say can be a game changer. I don't know what it is people expect Frank. I mean, we are Spurs TV kind of said the same thing. I don't know what people expect Frank to do. He's playing to our strengths. Our strengths of our squad is our defense, and we've got I would say defensive midfielders. I don't think we've got any good attacking midfielders. The only one we had is injured.
So, do you feel we were forced into? Would we have got Simmons if Madison wasn't injured?
I think we probably would have focused the money more on the left wing. I know people say Simmons can play there, but I think primarily he plays as a 10. I think that maybe, well, we did go for Slovenia, but maybe we might have pushed it a little harder had Madison not got injured. So I think Simmons was bought because of the Madison injury. Madison wouldn't have got injured. I think we probably would have got the left winger instead, somebody who that is their primary position, in my opinion.
Yeah. Big up David Clark. He says, I'm 1,000% behind Frank, but sorry, his substitutions were a farce. I would agree with you on that. A lesson to learn is you don't fill the pitch with attacking players. Villa just kill us on the break. You made the point yesterday in the watch along, Tequila, in the chat, that Villa are a far better side than us.
Yeah.
And I have to say, and big up to Jerome. He sends in another super chat as well. I thank you so much. Do you want to take this one? Let you read this one out.
Jerome says,
Jerome as well.
It is just the performance. Teams like Wolves and Bodo, which are far better than we are. Which we are far better than we are scrapping draws. This is worrying, especially with difficult fixtures coming out in November. Bodo have a extremely good record at home, full stop. So they were never going to be that easy anyway. And I actually expected us that we might actually lose. We didn't. We got a draw. And Wolves, yes, it wasn't a great performance. But in the Premier League, generally, any point away from home, I think, for a team like where we're at the moment, I think is okay. This is what I mean.
That one
again,
was at home, Keeler. We drew that one. I mean,
was it at home, wasn't it? Okay.
It was at home, yeah.
Sorry, I thought that was away. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I will change that then. Yeah, we should have won that. We should be beating Wolves. I'm not saying we shouldn't be beating Wolves at home. I don't think we should be beating Villa at home. That's completely different. Yeah. We should be beating Wolves at home. But we haven't got the attacking. We don't have the attacking impetus to take it to teams. So if Wolves are going to come to our place and defend, then we've got to break them down. And as I just said to Dermo, other than Kudos, what players do we have? I just want people to tell me what players have we got who can pick out a great pass? What players have we got who can take and beat a man consistently? And I know Dermot's going to say that played okay, yeah, but he's got no end product at all.
I said that today in the thing. Look, on just this super chat, I just want to have my say, if that's all right, Killer. I've got a few points I want to bring up and maybe ask you off it as well. Look, if you look at Bodo, I understand Bodo had a good home record, but we pounced them 5-1 over 2 legs last year. We beat them 3-1 at the Lane, and then we beat them 2-0 over at their place. Now, a lot was said after that. Bodo, apparently between the end of that semi-final and the Champions League game, they got them players to more weight training, to toughen up, basically, to play these Premier League sides, and it showed. And we were poor that night under Thomas Frank, by the way. We were poor that night, and we were lucky to get away with the draw. Wolves at home, we got a very bad record against Wolves, but this is the Wolves side that are relegated, that probably will be relegated this year. We should have beaten Wolves at home. So them games we should have beaten, we should have won. If you look at the games we've got coming up, Tequila in November. We've got Arsenal, we've got Liverpool, we've got Chelsea.
Yeah,
I mean,
and we'll probably lose most of them. We will.
then are you then satisfied with that as a fan? When will your breaking point become with Thomas Frank? Because look, we can keep swapping managers. We can't do that. That's pointless. You're shooting yourself in the foot. And I've gone on the record on saying that more than once. You can't keep chopping managers. I even said tonight, I've seen worse than this. I've been supporting Tottenham 40 odd years. I mean, I remember the time we were in management under Christian Gross and Jerry Francis and George Graham. And that was woeful football. So this for me is just, this is why I'm not panicking, because I think football has changed, but Thomas Frank needs to be given time and he needs to be given players to do his job. Tequila, so my question to you is, has Daniel Levy's transfer philosophy now coming back to bites on the arse? And big up Jerome for the super chat as well. Two of them, so grateful, and you're so kind. Big up to you. Just very quickly, Tequila, one saying to you, Jerome, very kind. Second one as well.
It's very generous, mate. No, we're honoured to get one, let alone two. So big up, mate, and thank you for that. To answer your question, there, Mo, the breaking point. No, there won't. Frank most likely get, barring a catastrophe that I never thought I'd see, but I saw it last year. Barring that kind of a catastrophe in the league, which I don't think will happen, then no, he should get the full year no matter what. And probably the next transfer window. And then you can, you need to come back to me, I'd say 18 months from now, and then we'll have a much better idea. I know Spurs fans don't want to wait that long because we've been waiting a long time. I get it, but it's as Dermot said, that's what happens when you keep changing managers. But the thing I'm trying to get this point across, and I feel like I'm on an island sometimes with some of this. I don't know why people think that. I think people just think that we're much better than we actually are. And I don't know where it comes from. You look at our squad, right? And I think our defense is good. I don't think our defense is amazing. I think our defense is good. I think our midfield is on the average side, other than Paulinho. I think our forward line is terrible, other than Kudos. What position do you think we should be in? What teams do you think we should be beating? Are we better than Wolves? Yes. Are we that much better than Wolves? Really?
I think we are. I think
based on what?
Based on when the players do play, they do play well. I just think, that's why I asked you the question. Has this philosophy of buying young players and not buying decent players from Daniel Levy over the last, say, 5-6 years, has that now come to bite us back in the arse? And I would say yes, it has. Because if you keep going down the road of buying useful players, right, wanting them to mature, wanting them to get better, wanting them to become, trying to buy a diamond in the rough kind of player, then you are not going to get a squad that's going to be really fighting for top 4. If you look,
you need a combination there, mate.
You need a combination, but you do need the experienced players in there, Tequila, and we haven't done that. Transfer-wise, we have not done that. We're slightly lucky with Bergville, who's turning out to be a good player, to be fair. Bentancur, for me...
Boy, do we overrate that kid, I tell you.
Well, I think he's better than what a lot of people make him out to be.
I'm not saying he's a bad player at all, but people are acting like he's a second coming. And I'm just like, will you just call your Jets, please? And this is the problem with Spurs fans. Sorry, it is. We build them up.
And we shoot them down.
Build them up way too fast. We think they're amazing when maybe they're just good. And then when they don't perform amazingly, we bury them. Stop it.
So if... and then
there you go. Now. You've been told.
You've been told. But look, do you think Daniel Levy's youth policy, sort of youth transfer policy, is that now biting us back in the arse, in your opinion?
I think Daniel Levy doesn't know how to build a football team, and I don't know why he thought he did. He should have left it to men who apparently do know, and I'll say that Paratici probably is a decent shout at that because of stuff he did in the past.
Yeah. To
build a proper team. Lange, don't get me started on him. I have no faith that he knows how to build a football team. And ever since Dermo, you have to my memory is a bit fuzzy sometimes, especially because it's a bit late. Before Hitchens, The guy who was amazing, got him from Southampton, went to Newcastle.
Paul something.
Now he knew how to build a football team.
Yeah, was that under Harry Redknapp? It wasn't it?
Yeah. Bale, Modric, Walker.
Yeah.
I think Walker was under him, but you get the idea, right?
Walker came through our youth academy. Him and Daniel Rose both came through.
Carl Walker was bought from Sheffield United.
Was he bought from Sheffield United?
Yeah.
Paul Mitchell. Big up David Clark.
Thank you,
Paul
Dave.
Mitchell.
Yes. Yeah. He did. Ever since Mitchell's left, we've been lacking when it comes to buying young players.
To be fair, we have. I agree with that. Look, we won't go on for too much longer because it is big up. We've got Nightmare Kid saying we should have beaten Wolves, no question. Ask and Bodo, yeah, I agree with you 100%. David Clark said Frank isn't the problem until Spurs fans accept the 60% of the Spurs squad are not good enough in any system. It's just highlights and total failure of our scouting. Yeah, I agree with that over many years. You know what, David? I know you and me have a little bit of a back with coming and forward, but I totally agree with you with that. And I know Tequila will as well. I think Tequila agree with that.
Yeah. Of course it's a recruitment. Of course it is. I mean, I just said that pretty much most of our players are average at best, and that is what I think. So if I think they're average at best, why do I think that we're going to be beating Aston Villa at home? I don't.
Big up tonight, mid kid. The same thing last season. We gave Ange time, and then we finished 15th. We need to act now, not wait on anything. Well, he's on about dropping Bentancur and not playing Bentancur.
Who would you play instead? I'm curious.
Archie Gray.
Is he shown anything in the centre?
No, not really. That's the problem. You put Archie Gray in there, he's not going to show you anything. You put Bergville in there, he's more of a 10 than he is a 6 or an 8. You put Papasar in there, he's more of a 10 than he is an 8 and a 6.
Well, this is what I mean. It's like I think Papasar's quite an average player. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he's quite an average player. I don't think he'll ever be what people think he's going to be. Gray, I don't think, as I said before, I don't think he knows his best position. Bergville is the one with the most potential, but I think we're way overrating him right now. I think we need to say, okay, I don't think he should be starting every game. I think he should be a squad player. We bring him on, stuff like that. Give him another year or so before we start hailing in the next coming, But Bentancur is okay. But this is what I mean. I think these are okay players. I just don't think any of them are amazing.
And that's why I'm saying that the transfer market under Levy, this is why it's coming now to bite its back in the arse, because we've never bought quality, experienced players. Look, Simmons is a good player. I mean, David Clark says Simmons and Madison are both very good players, but both need quality players around them. I said that yesterday to you, Tequila, or to James, I can't remember, that if I remember back when Glenn Hoddle was playing in the early 80s, right, before Ricky and Ozzy came to the club. And he said when Ozzy came to the club, he says, I found somebody who knows, who can talk football, who is at his level. He would play a pass, and Ozzy Adilis would be there for that pass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You look at Simmons, you look at Kudos. Apart from that, they're looking around thinking, we're playing with a bunch of numpties here who haven't got a clue.
When Madison came in, I remember watching some of his interviews. When he came in, do you know how devastated that man was that Kane left just after he came in? Because he knew that him with Kane, the amount of assists that Madison probably would have got, because Kane would have been on that level in the brain, right? Once Kane left, he would probably thought to myself, oh my God, who the hell am I meant to pass the ball to now? Richarlison?
And then we've got Solanke.
Neither one has anywhere near
no disrespect to Solanke.
No, he's not the worst player in the world, but neither one of them has the same footballing IQ. That's what it is, right? Footballing IQ that Harry Kane has.
That's the point I'm making, and this is why I keep saying Daniel Levy, his transfer policy is now biting us on the arse because he didn't go out and buy the players we needed. It was always youngsters. You can buy all the youngsters you want, but please, if you buy 10 youngsters, right, okay, how many youngsters out of that 10 will actually mature to being really good footballers? 1, 2?
Well,
free.
most don't, and some end up being okay players. But if you're going to be
Yeah.
spending 30 or 40 million like we did with Archie Gray, and this isn't me, I don't know if Archie Gray's going to end up any good. He's not going to be a disaster. He's not that bad. He'll be okay. But is he going to be top 4 quality? I have my doubts about that. But we spent 40 million on him. That was a silly thing to do, Dermo. That was crazy.
Well, that was Lang, wasn't it? That was Lang at the time. That was
Well, that was because Brentford wanted him, didn't they? So Frank wanted him at Brentford, and it's like, well, we bet if we ever want him, we better buy him now, because if he goes to Brentford and he's a hit, we're gonna have to pay 80 million for him in a couple of years. I guess that was the thinking behind it, Dermo.
I tell you one thing too. I just think we've been, I think that's another show, our transfer policy over the last couple of years as well. This is our record this season at home. Tequila after 4 Premier League games, 1 win, 1 draw, 2 defeats, 5 goals scored, 4 against, only 1 point at home this season. Then you compare that to the first 4 games of the last season on the range, 7 points. Is the home form worrying you at the moment? And then let me ask you a different question on this. We won't go for too much longer. We'll go for another 5 minutes, guys. It was always supposed to be a half an hour show, and we sort of overran on that. So apologies to you, Tequila. Just very quickly, what was I going to say? If you look at, what was I going to say now? Oh, the question's gone. The question's gone out of my head. Now, this I don't have a problem with. Mickey van der Ven, Tequila, put this in very quickly. Says, I don't think we did enough. He was speaking to Sky after the game. He said, if we'd done enough, we wouldn't have lost the game. I don't think we gave too much away. They scored 2 goals from outside the box, but I think we can also create more for ourselves. We always give 100% to the fans and the club and everyone. Is he right to point the finger at the attacking players and said, we're doing our job, why aren't you doing yours? And I think he's right to say that.
No, not for me, because that for me is more or less him saying, I'm not really slagging him off. He's one of our better players just overall. He's probably our second best defender, one of our best players in our team. But that is them more or less saying, hey, look, we defended great. It's not our fault. No, mate, you let in 2 goals. They can be outside the box all you want. Aren't you meant to close them down? Is that not a part of your job?
I said that the first goal, him and Bentancur could have closed down Rodgers for the first goal, and he wouldn't have got a shot in. Kevin Danso slipped for the second goal. Now, they're worldies, they are. They're cracking goals. Could Vicario have done better with either? I don't think he could have done, but I think Bentancur or Mickey van der Ven could have closed down. One of them could have closed down Rodgers for that first goal. But I understand what Mickey's saying here. I do get what he's saying.
If he's blaming them as a team, that's different. But if you way you kind of phrased it there, maybe you didn't mean to phrase it that way. I don't know. But if you're phrasing it saying that he's more or less saying, oh, well, defensively, we did our jobs, but we couldn't score goals. No, mate, you let in 2 goals, right? There might have been, half chances, if you want to call them that, but you still let in 2 goals. If you let in 2 goals every game, you're going to lose more than you win.
Yeah,
unless you expect to score 3 or 4 every game, and that just doesn't happen. So I think it's a little bit. You win as a team and you lose as a team, right? You score as a team, you defend as a team, right? So I'm not sure that I like that part. If that's what he's assuming, he's saying that.
Do you think that should have been kept private? That should
have
been said in the dressing room.
Yeah, if he privately goes to them and says, "Look, we're doing our part," and if I was one of the forwards, I probably would say the same thing. I say, like, "Hold on a sec, mate. You just let in 2 goals. What's so? I'm at the other side of the pitch. Why am I getting blamed for you letting in 2 goals?"
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true. Spurs home struggles. Goals conceded overall 7th, ranked 4th in the league. Goals conceded at home 4th, 14th ranked in the league. Points are 1 at home, 4 points, 17th ranked in the league. It is true. It's really our home form is abysmal. But away from home, we've won 10 points away, which leaves us ranked 1st, and average points on the road 2.5 points, 1st again ranked. Just one last question. On last topic, Tequila, Vicario. Like what Ked said, bro, Vicario was on one side of our goal when the player shot. We don't even move. Vicario is becoming a bit of a decisive figure within the Spurs fan base at the moment. Now Kingsley has regressed in training apparently, so that's why he's not getting his chances. I want to do a show on Vicario because look, I like Vicario, but I have been critical of him this season. Do you think we need? Is this a summer transfer we need to look to improve in the summer? But I won't spend too long on about it. We will do a show this week about it, or maybe the weekend for your Nightmare Kid if you like us to. But very quickly, Tequila, do we need to look at improving Vicario?
Maybe, but I think he's probably fourth or fifth issue of our issues. I don't think he's a world beater. I think he's okay. But we need to address scoring goals. Yes, we did let in 2, but overall, defensively, I think we're okay. We're not great.
It's the front line for you. That's where we need to focus on first.
First, yeah, and then once we've got the front line a bit more sorted out, then you can be like, okay, so do we need to get an improvement here? I don't think Vicario's amazing. I think that he's okay. But right now, we need to make our team have a blend in attack as well, and then we can be a bit more fussy about like, okay, we can do an improvement on this player, we can do an improvement on that player. Right now,
you can't do everything in one window, can you? Especially with January or the summer. Very just news that we know is going around that
he's not okay. Nightmare Kid says he's not okay. So you think he's as bad as Lloris was, then, do you? I'm using one of our keepers as an example, who was making absolute clangers every week. Is he perfect? No, he's not. But there's levels. He's not a disaster.
Yeah. Can I say you think we've got problems, Tequila, right? Poor old Tony here from West Ham. He's got major issues. Big up. I don't know what to say to you, Tony. I don't know.
Sorry,
should we try cheering him up a bit?
I'll try and cheer him up. You've got a better manager than you had before. He proved that he's pretty good. Look what he did at Forest. So yeah, you haven't got Potter anymore. Let's put it that way.
But they were bad tonight, Tony. Look, we're about to finish off, but listen, we definitely have to get on to your show again, me and Tequila. I did send you my X. This is our X thing. So if you send the messages on that X account, we will get the thing because I know you offered the invitation to Tequila. And I don't think I got the info because it went to an old.
You never sent me what his link was, Dermo. So
yeah, because I never received it. So send it to that one, Tony, and me and Tequila will both get on. And we're both there. He says we're doomed, Dermot. Think Nuno realizes what task he has in his hands. I feel sorry for Nuno. But look, could be worse. You could have had Ange.
I'm curious to know if he would have taken Ange. That would be entertaining. Would you have taken Ange, Hammers?
Yeah, let me know, Tony. Would you have taken Ange? Vicario needs upgrading. That has nothing to do with him yesterday. No keeper was saving those Villa goal shots. See, I listened to people like David Clark.
But isn't that more or less what I said? I said that he's not amazing, but he's not. We've got bigger issues right now. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
bigger issue is our front line. And now, listen, Vajovic is supposed to be talking to Paratici and his agent. Paratici is supposed to be talking to Vacovic's agent. If we can get him in on the 6-month loan with a loan to buy in January, that'd be a massive coup for us.
That would be good. Yeah,
I think that would be good.
I think he's pretty built for the. He's quite a big lad. He's pretty built for the Premiership.
I think Tony wouldn't like Ange. I think that's quite. Do you think Ange is done now in the Premier League? Do you think he's cooked?
I hope not. That's just my personal entertainment factor. Look, it's just my personal entertainment factor. Yeah. Okay, I want Russell to get a job in the Premier League as well. That would be amazing for me, just for my own personal entertainment. I don't want either at Spurs, but I just want them there so I can see their press conferences and stuff like that.
I tell you what we will do. If Tequila will do it. We will do a sketch with me interviewing Ange after being sacked. And the sketch he's just been sacked by Forest is about 30 seconds after being sacked, and he's got to do an interview. So we will get together and do that little sketch and put it up for you guys. Because Tequila has a knack of doing very good voices.
I just copy someone else there, mate.
Yeah, but no, you're very good. You're very good. You're actually a quite fun. People think Tequila's serious. Tequila behind the scenes, I tell you one thing, he's an absolute joker. He really is. If he was he reminds me a bit of Paul Gascoigne. He's a what did Brian Robson call Gazza back? He's daft as a brush. There you go.
Cheers, then, mate.
I mean that in compliment, by the way. I don't mean that. I mean that in a nice way.
I whenever I think of Gazza now, I think of what was the film with Mike Bassett, England manager? You know, the rip-off character they've got. He's not Gazza, but he's based off Gazza. That's just what I think. Tonk, I think his name is.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. Paratici is talking to Sam Ilgra from Porto, 20-year-old number 9. Yeah, it's supposed to be a very good striker. Brother, it's not hard to get Lukman and Vadovic, and I take all 3. I really would take all 3, to be fair, Nightmare Kid. But that is it, guys. That is the end of this show. Yes, we are finishing. Tequila, I know people can find you in here, but do you want to give the Play Pouch a bit of
it's just
thing, please?
It's my gaming channel with a couple of our mates. You know, who was on the channel, he's there as well. We just cover, a bunch of 40-year-old idiots just covering video games, really. So if you want to join us, we've got some streams coming up in the next week or so. It should be happening. Metal Gear Solid, I think, and Red Dead Redemption. It will start at some point, I promise. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Tony, let me know. Send me. I'll pop on Sunday, and I'll join you on Sunday. So send me the link on Sunday, and I'll join.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll join you. I'll join you as well. I don't mind. We'll
me and Tequila will both join you on Sunday. Big up. Take care. Well, Tequila, we do have a match coming up on Wednesday. So, guys, you got all the build up tomorrow. You got the predicted lineup out tomorrow evening. Yeah, I will do. There will be a match. Go on, Tequila.
It is awesome. We are Spurs TV. Yeah. I've played the games as well. If you remember them, the show's pretty good. Yeah, on Peacock. Yeah.
There is a match reaction after every game. Nightmare Kid. There is after every game. There is a match reaction. It's on Peacock. Yes, I've got all that coming for you tomorrow, guys. So do join me if you're a member. 5 o'clock, you will get the pre-match thoughts on the Monaco game. Then we're Tottenham TV on Wednesday at 6:30. So come and join me over there. The watch along starts here at 7:30. And we kick off then, and then match reactions after the watch along. Tequila, thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure doing the show with you, bud. I want to big up thank you to myself for gifting the membership. Big up, Derma. Big up to Jerome as well for the 2 super chats.
Yeah, very generous, mate, to be given 2 of them like that. We appreciate it.
Big up, and also big up to we need to go right back to the top. No, we didn't. We missed it. Did I miss it? Where is he? And also
Mr.
Carter, Raf Carter as well. Big up to you for becoming a YouTube member. Do become a member as well. Plenty of stuff coming up, guys. So really would appreciate 99 cents. It's not a lot of money. But guys, thank you all for watching. We're out of here. Tequila's now going to go and play some, I don't know, what are you going to, metal?
I'm going to bed, mate.
He's going to bed. I'm going to go and see Mrs. Tron. She hasn't been well today, so I'm going to go up and see if she's all right. On that bombshell, come on, you Spurs. In Thomas Frank we trust. We never stop. And we're Tottenham. We're the mighty Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Go on, take us out. You might as well. You always do.
It's just 8 games, mate. 8 games. Just who I am, mate.
Good night. We've definitely got to do that sketch.
Eyes on the prize.